Welcome to Tuesday with Terry, the podcast for getting your mind, business, and life in shape. Hosted by Terry Blachek, one of the original area developers for Orange Theory Fitness, who helped launch the brand from the very beginning. He'll use his years of experience to help you shape up your mind, build strong relationships with your teams, revamp your business processes, and set down the path towards success in all aspects of your life.
Good morning. It's Tuesday with Terry. My name's Terry Blachek. I'm your friend. Glad to be here. I'm talking to you live from Austin, Texas, where the sun is hot, the barbecue is sweet, and all the drinks are free over here. Come on over anytime. We'd love to have you be our guest. You know, today what I'd like to talk to you a little bit about is putting in the effort. And I have a quote. It goes like this: don't be upset with the results you didn't get from the investment that you didn't make. And I say this about exercise and working out. You know, nobody can do your push-ups for you. If you want to get stronger in the upper body and your personal trainer or your coach at Orange Theory tells you need to do some push-ups or you need to do some burpees, you kind of got to do them. You kind of have to do them for yourself, right? You can't let other people do your push-ups and then you expect to get the results. Don't be upset with the results you didn't get from the investment that you didn't make. And I'm serious about that. A lot of people go, well, you know, it's not working out like I wanted to. Did you show up? Did you put in the effort? Did you put in the time? Right? People are looking to change things in their business and they go, I'd like to be able to change things in my business, but Terry, I really don't want to put in the time. I go, if you don't want to put in the time, that means you're not willing to put in the effort. You can't be disappointed with your results if you didn't put in the effort or you didn't make the investment. So today, part of that is I want to talk about just setting appointments. Many times, specifically in sales, could be in a number of different businesses, you have to set appointments. So I want to give you a couple tips about setting appointments with the underlying message that you have to put in the effort. We wish that we opened up our business and everybody would come flooding in with their checkbooks and say, man, we're excited. We want to join Orange Theory and we want to join. But the reality is it doesn't work that way. We have to become master inviters. That means we invite a lot of people to get some of them to show up. And I'll use this example. Imagine you having a party at your house. You want to have, 15, 20 people over at your house. If you invited 15 or 20 people and they all aren't going to show up, always something happens, right? Isn't it true that things come up in our lives that take us away? Could be an emergency, could be a family situation, could be health, could be delays, whatever, right? Happens all the time. I'm about to jump on a plane and head out to Arizona. My flight might be delayed. I might not be able to get where I want to go at a certain time. But you have to invite more people than you expect if you want to get X number of appointments or in front of X number of people. And so if you're looking to get in front of, 4 people or 5 people a day, you're going to have to invite 10, 15, or 20 people to get 5 people to show up. If you're going to be great at appointment setting, you've got to become a master inviter. You've got to have something on your person that allows you to, if you're talking with people in person, that allows you to hand away something of value. Could be a business card with a free workout, could be a coupon, it could be something, but have something on your person that you can give away so that when they put it in their pocket and they empty their pockets tonight, they put it in their wallet and they empty their wallet, they put their wallet on the counter, they pull that out and they think of you. So it's another way to remind somebody of you and your business a little bit later in the day, a little bit later in the week. So you say, well, Terry, that's great. I want to do my push-ups. I want to get stronger. I want to do better at setting appointments. Then if that's the case, then what do you have to do? You see, there's only a couple reasons why people don't set appointments. The number one reason is they don't have anybody to call or they don't have anybody to reach out to. The second reason is they have a list or a group of people to call, but they just don't know what to say. And the third reason that people don't do it is because they're afraid of rejection. And that sounds silly, right? If you're an experienced salesperson, if you're an experienced business owner, you know that for a fact is you didn't get to be great at sales. You didn't get to be great at business without taking a risk, without some people telling you no no, no. We get told no an awful lot of times, but we keep going back. We keep pounding that rock. And in essence, what happens is we stop focusing on the people that tell us no, and we start focusing on the people that tell us yes. Wayne Gretzky said it best. You will miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. And when you're afraid of rejection, you simply don't ask. You don't invite. You don't talk to people because you don't know what they're going to say, and you're afraid they're going to say no. And poor little me, if they say no, right? Oh man, my feelings got hurt. I'm embarrassed. Oh my gosh, what would happen? Oh, you hurt my pride. You don't like my business. How could anybody not like my business? Well, I got to tell you something. Orange Theory Fitness is not for everybody. I'm going to tell you a true story. So when people say no, I simply say, no problem. And I move on and I start talking to the next person. And I talk to the next person. A lot of times my salespeople will say, man, I tried asking and inviting and it just simply didn't work. And I say, how many people did you ask? They say, well, I talked to 10 people today. That's simply not enough people, right? And so I talk about masses of asses, right? You got to get out there and talk to a lot of people. And you're probably going to get a lot of no's. What I tell my guys and ladies to do is I say, go out and get 10 no's. Because when they're looking for the no, they're expecting it. When they're looking for the yes and they get a no, they get rejected, they're not expecting it. It surprises them. Oh my gosh. And it brings their morale down. So I teach them and train them and show them how to go get a no. Go get me 10 no's. Because you know what happens when that happens? You're going to find 10 people that tell you yes. You see, the glass is either half full or it's half empty. All I'm suggesting is you get what you're looking for. Look for the no's, you'll get the yeses, and people be excited that they got the yeses. That being said, about the reasons why people don't do it, let me make a couple other comments. What happens is a lot of times people go, I got to set up some appointments for today. My recommendation is you get out there 72 hours and beyond. Nobody sets appointments. If you're already into the day, nobody sets appointments for today. People don't do that because they're already booked today and they're already booked tomorrow. In many cases, they're booked this week. So you've got to be looking 72 hours and beyond for people to prepare, to people to plan, and that's when you can get people to fit it in your schedule. Stop thinking about getting today and start working on 3 days from now, 4 days from now, and getting ahead of the curve. I'll tell you what else we know about inviting. It takes 8 to 12 times to get a customer's attention. You call them once, they don't answer their phone. I don't know about you, but I don't answer my phone. I see a number on my phone. I don't pick that thing up. And then a little later, later that day, the phone, same number comes up. I go, who's that calling me? Who's that calling? I don't know who that is. Why do they keep calling me? I think maybe it's a robocall or, who knows what it is. And then the next day, maybe I get a phone call and they say, that's the third time. Finally, after they call me 3-4 times, I probably am going to pick it up because I go, somebody's trying to get a hold of me. It takes 2 or 3, 4 calls just to get my attention. That's the same thing it's true for you if you're trying to set appointments. It takes 2 or 3, 4 calls to get people's attention. Then when you get them on the phone or through an email or through a text, you now can have a conversation with them. And the first time they hear about something, they're probably going to blow you off a little bit. They're going to say, hey, why don't you send me over some information about that and let me get back with you. That's a push off. That's a blow off. Stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish and invite. For us in the fitness business, when people say, send me over something, or maybe I'll stop in next week. Normally what I do is I say, are you currently working out? And they'll say, yes. I say, what time of the day do you normally work out? Mornings, afternoons, or evenings? If I can find out what their current habits are, then I can add my program into the mix and invite them to work out like they normally do. But this time, it's not at their club or gym. It's at my studio. So remember, the biggest point I'm making here, it takes 8 to 12 times follow-up. They may come in, see your product, look at your product, try your product, and you're going to have to follow up with them then if they didn't make a buying decision. You're going to have to follow up 2, 3, or 4 times at the other side of that and follow up and follow up. Many times people procrastinate. They hold off. Why? Because they're afraid of making the wrong decision. So they might have all the information and all they really need is just a nice little gentle nudge. And you can do that through a text, an email, or a phone call. If you are a manager, if you're a director, I many times tell my managers, my directors, my VPs, you've got to lead by example. You've got to lead from the front. If you do it, they'll do it. If you just tell people what to do, many times they won't do it. So if you go out and you show them that it can be done, they will do it. Most people don't believe if you make 100 calls, you can set up, 15 appointments. They don't believe it. They go, man, if I had to make 100 calls, my ear would get so red, it'd probably fall right off. The answer to that is not true. They just don't believe that that's possible. People don't believe that if they go out and talk to people about the business that they'll find 2, 3, 4, or 5 people that have some interest. There's going to be people who don't. But don't be afraid of rejection again, right? So many times your people don't believe, and the way to get people to believe is show them it is possible. You should be showing off your top sales guys, your top performers, your top leaders, and show them what they're doing and how they're getting the results that they're getting. And finally, I said this to begin with, you've got to be a master inviter. You've got to just continue to invite. Now, I want to share with you something that's important when you're on the telephone. You can't do this with an email, and you can't do this with text, but you can do it when you're on the telephone. And I'm using it right now. It's called the power of my voice. This is your instrument. Your instrument is your voice, the power of your voice. And I got to tell you, you cannot start a major forest fire with a wet match. You see, if I just talked monotone and didn't raise my voice and left it like this and asked you if you were interested to listen in to Tuesday with Terry and everything that I said was exactly the same, how interested would you be? You wouldn't be very interested. What you've got to do is use the power of your voice, and there's a couple things I want to bring out to you. And you can go, I just found, actually online, I found a place where I could go take voice lessons. And, I practice in the car. Early on in my sales career, I would practice in the car the power of my voice. And I use this phrase, I forget where I got it, but there's a phrase that says, I said he did not steal the money. Now, depending on where you put your voice inflection, you can make that phrase say many different things. I said he did not steal the money. That means I said it. I said he did not steal the money. That means I'm repeating myself, right? I said he did not steal the money. I said he did not steal the money. It wasn't him. It was his sister. It was his brother. It was his cousin. I said he did not steal the money. I'm confirming that he did not do it. I said he did not steal the money. I said, what am I saying? I said he didn't steal it. He borrowed the $20 out of the drawer. He was going to pay me back. He took it. He left me a note. I said he did not steal the money. I said he did not steal the money. What am I saying? He stole the loaf of bread. He stole the bicycle. He stole the book. So you can make that phrase or that sentence say whatever you like. And if you listen to the power of my voice, I can actually take my voice and I can speed up the tempo and make my voice get faster and faster and faster until all I'm talking about is all the exciting things that are happening in my life. And really what's happening is I'm speeding up the tempo and I'm also raising the tonality of my voice. But I can do the opposite of that as well. I can try to use my radio DJ voice, my Delilah voice, and the lower tones in my voice, and I can speak softly and calmly, and it brings the mood down immediately. You see, you have the power of your voice and the power of your instrument. If you're on the telephone and you're trying to get people excited, you should speed up and speak a little bit more with urgency. If you're talking about prices and it's sensitive, you should slow down and use the lower tones of your voice. What I'm saying is you've got to use your instrument. Those are just a couple tips on how to get better at setting appointments. Remember, don't be upset with the results that you didn't get from the investment you didn't make. Make the call. Don't be afraid of rejection. Get a good list. Make sure you have your leads. Make sure you have a script and you know what to say. Most importantly, put in the effort. My name's Terry. I'll see you next week.